Disappointing afternoon. I think you probably agree that was the worst performance of the season. What do you think went wrong?
Looked a little bit fatigued, looked a little bit leggy. I'll have to look at what we did last week. Coming off the back of 2 games, missed a couple of players. Certainly Mike Worthington not making it meant that we were a little bit light, and we just didn't get the game going. I think the last couple of home games we've looked a threat, we've looked like we've created, and we looked a little bit jaded today. I think it turned into one of those games where it went long for both teams and they did it better than us.
Were the passages of play the most frustrating? Because it seemed like your side couldn't keep hold of the ball.
No, certainly second half when we had a chat at half time, just to say we need to get some momentum going. Strong wind, we got locked in, and that happens. We've just spoken about it. That game needs to be an ugly 0-0 and move on to the next, as it was. Conceded a really poor goal to lose the game. So have a chat tomorrow, review it, and then look to the next game.
Because your goalkeeper, Grant Smith, very much kept you in the game, didn't he? And of course, the penalty save. Were you disappointed with how they responded to that? Didn't give them the oomph, perhaps?
Yeah, no, it's a good point. Didn't quite give them that belief that we got away with one. Happened, it's those last 2 games where we have a penalty to score a game, and we save a penalty, and we don't make the most of it in either of those games. I'm very aware of that. So very disappointing. I can't hide away from the fact that a few were below par. I don't think there's any getting away from that fact. I tried to change it. at 0-0, and it didn't really affect it for whatever reason, and that was disappointing because we try and change it to affect and get more chances, but it didn't, and that was disappointing for me.
As you say, you made those changes, but you did end the game without a recognised striker on the pitch, trying to get a goal. It looked like to be frustrating for the players.
Yeah, Charlie Wakefield, we've probably seen him playing 2 or 3 positions, and one of those today was late on up front to try, and he just didn't quite have the legs to get away when we did have one chance where he was it looked as if he was either clean through or at least 1v1. And they're my decisions, and I've got to stick to them. And did I see enough before that? No, I didn't, which is why I made the changes. And
you hit the bar right at the end, but it did feel like just in stoppage time you just started to play. It's been a bit of a pattern.
Yeah, it's something we will look at, and we are looking at. We aren't a group that have been together a long time. There have been some very good performances. Today wasn't one, and I accept that 100%. And no one will be doing anything other than looking at themselves in the Hargreaves household, that's for sure, because that's my job. I'll review it. I'll review what I could have done better. We were at home. We were 0-0. I tried to make the changes. I tried to be positive with the changes. Didn't come off. We conceded a very poor goal, and that's the summary.
And it was just a 1-0 game, but they were very much on top for most of the game. It looked like you're just missing that bite in midfield. Can the new players that you brought in help with that?
There's players that can be better, and they know that, and we know that. Did we look a little bit light? Yes, we did, and that's what we've got to address in the week.
And again, up next, a tough trip to Woking. It did feel like the body language of the players were really, really disappointed that they didn't get anything. How do you pick them up?
They're professional footballers. They pick themselves up. They'll be desperate to train. They'll be desperate for the next game. I've got no concerns about that. They're a fantastic group of lads. They know what we want from them. Didn't quite put the action plan together today for a number of reasons, which we need to review very quickly. But I've got no problem with the morale of the group. They know that they're together, and they know they'll be fighting 0 to 95 minutes next week.
Thanks for your time.
Thank
Chris.
you.